Hey guys, it's Catherine. Thank you for joining me here on the beautiful beach. Decided to play around with some of the effects that Google has since I haven't done it before. Oh my God, and it's been so long since I've done a vlog speaking to you guys. I've done tutorials and such, but I haven't spoken to you guys in oh my God, I don't even remember the last time I did a vlog, a video log, you know. Um, so there's so many things going on, so many changes that I'm going through. Oh my God, where do I begin? So there's a lot of things that I'm doing that have caused a lot of fear. And so that's what motivated me to talk to you guys about making more decisions based out of love rather than fear. So some of the things that are happening. I am very happy to report that I am actually going to be traveling for a little bit. I'm thinking from May until September. I am actually moving out of my current room. If you guys check the videos that I've had before, you see my room in the background, the windows, my jewelry on the side, and everything. And so yeah, this room, I'm a little sad to see it go. I've been here for almost 2 years, renting a room, living with some great roommates, great housemates, and so it's a new stage, you know. This room actually, it was where it all started for me as far as my business. I have my little home office here, and I've been able to record my videos here. So it's like bittersweet, kind of, you know. But I know I'm moving on to bigger and better things. So I'm leaving my room. I'm actually packing all my stuff and putting it in storage here in San Diego. And then I'm heading off to New York in May. And from New York, we'll see where I end up. I'm actually considering going to Europe this summer. I do have to be back in the States in August for an event. So I'm thinking like maybe June, July, I'll be traveling through Europe, God willing. And then, because I'm actually still thinking about which places to go and such. And then I'll be back in San Diego in September. I don't know what's going to happen after that. You know, I'm trying not to plan too much, but I want to just go with the flow and everything. So yeah, there's a lot of changes, the moving, the packing, I mean, that's so stressful trying to figure out, what am I going to take? What's going to stay? What should I sell or donate or whatever the case is. So I actually started a little bit. I have not gotten into the nitty gritty yet, but there's still time. And, I'm just taking it as easy and being as gentle with myself as possible. Um, but of course, with any change comes fear and especially uncertainty and doubt and everything. And so I wanted to really talk to you guys to tell you how I deal with, fear when those fears come up. So I shared with you guys on my blog a lot. If this is the first video that you're stumbling on, then I totally invite you to come over to my blog and check out all the support and solutions I have for you all on your entrepreneurial journey. So I share with you on my blog, for example, some tips to help you make your desire, the thing that you want the most, how to turn your desire and make it greater than the fear, because there's always going to be fear. So the point is not to get rid of the fear. The point is to make your desire greater than your fear. So like my desire right now is to be on the beach. And so, you know what? I created my desire for myself. And I actually will probably go to the beach on Thursday. Take advantage while I'm here. So you're not looking to really erase or delete the fear because it's always going to be present. You just want to make your desire greater than your fear, okay? And of course, I know easier said than done. So I'm here to give you some tips to help you make your desire greater than your fear, help you lead with love. So what does it mean to lead with love? This was one of the biggest lessons I learned last year, as far as making decisions and kind of assessing what is right for me and what isn't right for me. You're going to see and you're going to notice, I totally recommend that you start checking in with your body. Check in with how you feel when you're making a decision. Do you feel stressed and desperate and afraid, or do you feel light and kind of like happy, joyful, alive, So you want to check in with how you feel before you make a decision, because that's going to tell you pretty much what trajectory you're on when it comes to the decision. Obviously, a fear-based decision, it's going to cause more fear. Sorry to say that, and it's not going to make you happy. It's not going to take you to that place where you want to go. Okay, but it's understandable to make decisions out of fear. I've made many. but it's kind of like taking a detour on your road, so you're on a path, and when you make a fear-based decision, it takes you off on a detour, and so it's just going to take you that much longer to get back on your path, so there's no wrong, when you take a detour or anything like that. Like I said, it just takes you a little longer to get back on track, but you will get back on track. So leading with love is basically making decisions out of love. When you're in that feeling of feeling light and happy and joyful and excited, inspired, all of those positive words. When you're feeling like that and you make a decision in that state of mind, state of body, then you totally have more power, and you are completely making that desire and that goal greater, much greater than the fear. Okay. And that's what's going to help you combat the fear. So it's kind of like a tug of war, whenever you make a decision. So it's either, is it leaning more towards the fear, or is it leaning more towards, the love and the desire, so all of those good feelings, all of that equals love. Okay. So when you make decisions based out of love, then to me, I feel like, again, going back to that example of being on a trajectory, on a road, when you're leading with love, I think love just kind of like it makes your path a little shorter, so it just takes you a little less time to get to your goal, so I think it kind of like propels you. And I know, because I've seen it firsthand, and that's why I want to share with you guys how you can make more decisions based out of love over fear. Okay. So I hope that makes a little bit more sense to you as far as leading with love. Again, I want you guys to make sure you're checking in with your bodies. Your body is going to tell you what's going on. Okay. Because you're probably going to feel maybe around your stomach area. I know a lot of times when it comes to issues with control and like anything that relates to us trying to have power and control, or the way we see ourselves, a lot of that is in the stomach area, and so when you're feeling like your guts are kind of like, they're feeling all bubbly and just full of stress and just that negative energy, you don't want to be in that place when you're making these decisions. Okay, so definitely want to help you let go of all that nastiness and release it, so that way you have room for the good stuff. Okay. So I want to teach you how to strengthen love to help you overcome the fear. So the number one tip, again, is check in with your body. Check how you're feeling. Okay. Your thoughts are always going to be going a mile a minute. Okay. Don't be led by your thoughts. Be led by your feelings. The thoughts, it's not to say don't think about things, or don't worry about the thoughts that are coming in your head. It's more of the feelings are what's going to really indicate where you're at in your path. Okay. That's what's really going to tell you. So when you're confused and you're feeling indecisive, always check in with your body. Okay. Take a minute, close your eyes, check in with what's going on with you. Okay. The next thing is, when you're feeling really afraid, and guys, let me tell you, I have felt the fear. Okay. I have been in it. Like when you feel like an animal trapped in a corner, like you're afraid for your life. Okay, I have been there. I know what it's like to feel like hopeless. You know what I mean? I know what it's like. And when you're there, when you're in that zone, in that darkness, and you just have no idea how to get out, I want to give you some tips. So, and hopefully, if you've never felt this way, then hopefully you don't ever have to, I mean, I hope you take some of these tips as well, for when, even if it doesn't feel so intense. But when you're in that state of total intensity, you just don't know what to do, who to turn to, you don't think you're ever going to get out of the situation, then I want to give you some tips to help you conjure up more love in your life and more love in your situation. Because when you're injecting love into that darkness, it really makes a difference. It really transforms that fear and turns it into love, into hope, into light. Okay. So, one of the first things that I want you to do is, I want you to stop everything you're doing. Okay. And you need to be with yourself and comfort yourself. Okay. One of the things that I like to do when I feel overwhelmed, I get anxious a lot. One of the things that I like to do is I like to take a nap. Um, and I know that sounds kind of strange, or maybe like, I mean, what's a nap gonna do? But the thing is that when you're in that state of fear and darkness, that's when the thoughts are really like bombarding you. Okay, that's when you're getting all these negative thoughts, and oh, this is gonna happen, and that's gonna happen, and oh my God, what if this doesn't come through? And that it's just going to overwhelm you like crazy. So you need to stop the madness. And that's why sleeping is good, because it kind of turns off the conscious mind. Okay. And maybe you're thinking, well, it may be hard for me to fall asleep or whatever the case is. Then lie down. I just want you to lie down, even if it's just for 5 minutes. See if maybe you can be lulled into sleep. What I like to do is when I'm in that state where it's just constant, 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 um, I'm in bed and I'll start counting from 1 to 100, and then I'll do from 100 to 1. So I just keep counting back and forth until I start lulling myself into sleep, and I take a nap. Okay. Um, it's what's going to help you stop what's going on. It's going to help the thoughts stop. So it doesn't mean that everything's going to be solved when you wake up, but it's going to help you at least take a break from all the chatter in the brain. Okay, so try taking a nap, and if not a nap, then at least lie down, start counting. Counting helps because it's something that's there's not a lot of thinking involved. You're just counting back and forth, counting back and forth. So the numbers help. And maybe if numbers don't work for you, maybe something else that you like to catalog, like maybe fruits or whatever the case is, something that doesn't involve a lot of thinking. It's just kind of like repetitive. It's gonna like kind of like lull you and kind of calm the mind. Okay, so that's a tip that you can try. And again, if lying down and napping is not for you, then maybe it's just sitting back in a chair and taking time to relax. The second tip I have for you to kind of get out of that dark mentality and that like just that hole of despair, I want you to go for a walk. Okay, that's another tip. That's something that helps me tremendously. Okay, being out in nature, being in the sun is really going to help you. Okay, it does not have to be a 30-minute walk. I mean, it could just be walking around the block, but it's going to shift you in so many ways. Okay, and it's not just about, so this is how I want you to do the walk. Okay, turn off your phone, or at least put it on silent. Put it somewhere that's not easily accessible. You're not putting music in. You're not talking to anyone. It's just you and the world. Okay. And even if it's just for 5 minutes, even if it's just a walk around your block, around your house, okay, I want you to look at everything that's around you as you're walking. Look at the trees, look at the ground, look at the people, look at the birds, look at the animals, whatever you can find. Okay. The walk around my house, it has a lot of beautiful lawns, beautiful houses, a lot of cars, a lot of a few freeways here and there. So I like to like take a nice little walk around the block and see what's around me. Believe it or not, even though the same things are in the same area, I always find something new when I'm walking, because I'm no longer walking with a tunnel vision. I see full perspective. So all of a sudden, things start looking differently to me, starts feeling differently to me. I start seeing new things, even though they were there before. I'm always like, man, was this house here before? It's so beautiful. Always. Okay, so try going for a walk, preferably in the daytime, because that way you can catch the sun. And sorry, the beach is distracting me. I mean, if you have a beach nearby, then I highly recommend. Let me see if I can. Yeah. I highly recommend going to the beach. That would probably be the best thing you can do for yourself. Get the most amount of sun as possible. It's okay if you want to walk at night, maybe like this situation and circumstances happening, and I go for a walk at night, that's fine. Look up at the moon, look up at the stars, make wishes. Sometimes you get that cool breeze. Just learn to appreciate everything that's surrounding you, because again, it's just going to take your mind off of everything that's going on, and your mind is going to be on everything else that's around you, and you're going to notice things. You're going to put things in like a bigger perspective. So go for a walk. Another thing a walk does is it gets your heart pumping. I mean, it doesn't have to be a brisk walk, it doesn't have to be fast, but just the act of just moving, I think it gets your blood circulating. It It gets your body kind of warm, and obviously the longer you do it, the better it is for you, But again, if you can't take a 30-minute walk, then do 5 minutes around the block. Okay. And again, try to do this by yourself because you need to check in with yourself. You need to check in with your body. Where is it at? How are you feeling? Okay? And what's going on with the thoughts as well. Don't try to analyze things, but just observe. Okay? And while you're on this walk, remember it's all about what's going on around you. So you're looking outward, not within. Okay? It's just a little break for you. Um so I hope you guys like my beach scene. It was just a little distracting. Um Okay, so we said check in with your body, go for a walk. And again, the checking in with your body part is so you can check in with your feelings to see where you're at. Um, Another thing, I want you to try asking a higher power for help. Okay, it's so easy for us to say help, help, help. Um, but check it, whatever you believe in, whatever source of a higher power you believe in, ask for help and be specific. You don't have to be specific down to the T. Like, you don't have to say, okay, well, I need $5,000 to be deposited into my account. Here's the number on this date at this hour. I don't mean it like that. I mean, what is it that you need to be solved right now? And ask them for it to be solved. Don't try to determine and control how that problem is going to be solved, because that's not up to you. That's out of your control. You're in that mess and you're in that state of despair because something is just completely out of your control. And so you're having a hard time because you cannot control the situation. Okay, that's where the the struggle comes in. So when you release it to a higher power, all of a sudden it's like a weight has lifted, because it's like, wait a minute. So if I can't solve it, but I'm releasing it to someone who can solve it. It's just like when we outsource, like, um, let's say I need a website to be done. Rather than trying to control creating the website, let's say if I can't do it or whatever the case is, and I pay someone else to do it for me. So it's kind of like that. You got to think of it as you have a team working for you. Okay. And all you have to do is just tell them, help me with this, and they will help you, you know? Um, so I'm right now, as far as this higher power thing, I'm talking to those people who do believe in a higher power, who do believe that there is a source of infinite wisdom and infinite light, that's able to help you. So whatever that is for you, ask them for help. Okay, don't try to control how the help will come to you, when it will come to you. Just know that it will come to you. Okay, just surrender it. I read something recently that totally transformed my life, and it was a post by Doreen Virtue, and she's just a spiritual teacher and healer. And one of the things that she posted was, it was something along the lines of, if you can't believe in yourself, then believe in God. So I think that really hit it home for me, because I know it's easy to say, oh, yeah, trust in God, but it's not so easy to feel it. Okay. But if you decide, well, if I cannot change the situation, if I cannot fix it, if I don't have the control, um, I don't believe in myself enough to be able to change this, or I don't have the capability to be able to change this. Who can? The higher power, So if you decide, I am not going to trust myself with this because I know that this problem is something that's out of my hands and it's so big that it needs to be solved by a higher power, then that's when you can just let it go. Okay. Acknowledge that after you've tried everything and tried to control everything and it's not working, then release it. Okay. I want you to find a happy medium when it comes to decisions and actions. Okay. This doesn't mean you're not taking any actions. This doesn't mean that you're just sitting and waiting for things to happen. Okay. Um, what I mean is, when you're taking actions, especially when they're fear based, again, it has something to do with some control and our need to control a situation. So if you're taking a fear based decision, you're trying to control it, it doesn't work out, then you spiral out of control, get into your deep pit of despair. Okay. And when you're there and you're looking for a way out, then you ask the higher power. And the only way you're going to get out is by saying, I give up. I release all of this. And all of a sudden, a ladder is going to appear and you're going to climb yourself out of that pit of despair. Okay. And I'm telling you guys this from personal experience. All right. This is how you will get out of that pit. All right. So ask for help. Gratitude. That's a huge one. This is another tip that's going to help you conquer the fear and just make the love bigger than the fear. Gratitude. So, this is another thing I learned about gratitude. It's so easy to say thank you God for today, thank you God for the sun, thank you God for, you know, that I'm alive. And but I'm gonna be honest, sometimes I say things that I'm grateful for, and it doesn't feel like I'm grateful. It just feels like I'm just saying it to say it, you know? So I think a lot of times we do that. Like we're just like, oh, thank you, God, for today. Thank you, God, for for the fact that I'm alive. Thank you for my family that they're alive. Yeah, we're thankful for it, but do we really feel grateful, So rather than just saying really general things that you're grateful for, be very specific. Okay. Be as specific as possible. And you're going to notice the more things you say that you're grateful for, the more you have more things you have to be grateful for. Okay. So, you start out with one or two things, and all of a sudden you have a list of 10 things that you're grateful for. So be very specific. And I mean, be it could be the most mundane things that you think that, well, I mean, why am I saying I'm grateful for this? But don't take things for granted. I'm grateful, for example, my hot shower. I know that you might be like, huh? But I've lived with people my whole life. I've shared one bathroom with three other people my whole life. And now I have this beautiful room and I have my own bathroom. And so every day I'm in the shower, I'm so thankful that I'm in there, that I have that shower, that I have my own bathroom, that the water is so hot and so warm, perfect for me, and that I can be there. I try not to be in there too long because I'm in California, you got to conserve water. But, I try to take the time that I'm in there and really like just, oh my God, I'm just like in love with my shower and my bathroom, And so I feel it because it was a struggle to share a bathroom with three other people, and people are pounding on the door. I gotta get in. So you have no private time, no time to yourself to relax. So when I'm in my shower, oh my God, I'm in love and I'm in heaven, So you see how I just kind of lit up talking about my shower, So it might be something mundane and whatnot, but because it's something that I'm so grateful for, you see how all of a sudden like I light up, So that's exactly what's going to happen to you. Start thinking about the things that you're grateful for, and all of a sudden you're going to have way more things to be grateful for. So be specific when it comes to your gratitudes. Um, okay, another thing that I discovered recently about problems, because problems are things we don't want, but we create them for ourselves. Um, Sometimes we're so caught up in our problems and so enwrapped, like wrapped in our problems and wrapped in trying to solve them and troubleshoot, that we forget about the world around us. Okay. So I think another tactic to help you kind of get back on track and get out of that like hamster wheel of your problems is to provide service to others. Think about other people rather than yourself. That's another way to kind of get out of your head and open yourself up to love. Okay, because remember, love is the answer. Okay, love is always the answer. No matter what the question is, no matter what the problem is, love is the key. Okay. Um, so service to others is a great way to kind of open yourself up to that, and it's another way to kind of help you be grateful for what you do have. So try signing up for community service, or even closer to home, maybe a friend of yours is having a problem, or maybe, like, I know for myself, I actually was so wrapped up in a problem recently that I actually forgot about somebody very close to me who was going through things. And I was just talking to her about everything I was going through. And then it wasn't until a few days later that I was like, damn, I was talking the whole time about my problems, but I didn't even ask her about her own. And she's going through some problems. So I made sure I called her right then and there. And I was like, listen, I'm here for you no matter what. You let me know what's up. And I actually took a day where I was helping her with her issues. And even though we didn't solve like the whole problem 100%, that help that I offered to her, it wasn't something that she even asked for. I offered it to her and wholeheartedly and with love, and I helped her. So even that like 10% of the problem that we solved, it felt like a 100% to her because it was something that she wouldn't have been able to do on her own, you see. So sometimes it just takes for us to just see outside and see what's up. So If you don't know anyone that needs help, I mean, you might want to ask. I'm sure there, again, everybody has problems. So I'm sure there's somebody that can use your help, even if it's just for an hour. Sometimes people just need to vent. Try to see who you can help. If not, then look even further out and sign up for like a community service. These are the things that are going to conjure up those good feelings. Okay, so service to others is another tip to help you lead with love. Um, and my last tip is to help you. I want to help you create magic in your life. Okay. Um, I'm a very spiritual and kind of woo woo person, like woo woo. So I've experienced a lot of things that people probably be like, huh, but I have created some beautiful moments and experiences for myself, and I want to teach you how to do the same. Okay. And they're very simple, very, very, very simple. Okay. But I just want you to be open minded and open hearted. And even if you find it to be stupid, just try it because trust me when I tell you, I've tried so many things that are rigid that like right away I'd be like, oh my God, this is so stupid. This is not gonna work. And then I try it and it's like, slowly but surely that judgment that I've set up for myself just starts breaking down. Okay. So I want you to just try it and see what's up. So, one of the first tips to help you create magic is to smile. Okay. Smiling works all of the time. Okay. If you're feeling down in the dumps, if you're feeling like shit, honestly, sometimes I wake up and I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to get out of bed, you know. So, what do? I start smiling. Even if it's a forced smile, because trust me when I tell you, sometimes I'm so pissed, I don't want to, but I just smile. And even if I smile like being sarcastic, all of a sudden, like, I don't know how to explain it to you, but even when you're angry and you're just smiling just to kind of like just force it, sometimes, even if you're holding it for a few minutes, sometimes it's kind of like, this is ridiculous, but you laugh, or you chuckle. And you're just like, haha, this is stupid. And then you're just like, and eventually that chuckle turns into a laugh. And all of a sudden, your anger, even though it doesn't completely go away, but it just kind of weakens a little bit. And you feel it weakening. And the more you laugh and the more you smile, all of a sudden it's like it just keeps breaking that down, breaking it down, breaking it down. And then, you know, then you conjure up that feeling of something to smile about. Okay, so that's a huge tip for you all. Like, I really want you, when you're waking up in the morning, smile. Even if it's just for like 10 seconds, just hold it and smile. And then all of a sudden, you'll have more to smile about, And every time you're feeling that way, smile. And a smile, man, sometimes a smile goes a long way, even when you want to get something, like especially like from other people. So when you're genuine about your smile and your laugh and that energy, these are things that you're creating for yourself. So it's just going to open more doors for you because again, it's opening you up to love. Okay. And love is the answer to everything. Another tip for creating magic, play pretend. So this is one that you might think, oh my God, this is so stupid. I'm not a little kid anymore, but you are. You have a little kid inside of you, so you got to take care of your little kid, or otherwise you're gonna go into tantrum mode. Okay, and a lot of you know what I'm talking about when you don't get your way and just like fuck. So you gotta play a little bit. I want you to play pretend, and this is how I want you to play. So I'm not asking you to play with dolls or anything like that. If you want to, go ahead, no judgment. What I'm asking you to do is consider what you want at this moment. Consider what it's going to take for you to get there. And then I want you to play pretend as if you already have it. Okay. I want you to do this and don't set a time for it. Don't say, okay, I got to sit here for 30 minutes. Let me turn on the timer. Just play as much as you want, as little or as much as you want. Just enough for you to get the feelings. Feelings are key, guys. Key. Okay. The feelings are what's going to attract. We are vibrational beings. And everything that we put out to the universe, everything that we vibrate, that we feel, that's what we're going to attract. So when you're in that mode and you're conjuring up these feelings of you being where you want to be, then it's getting you that much closer to it. It's kind of like pulling it out of the universe. So I'll give you an example. Let's say, I don't know, let's say you want to be a millionaire. Let's say you want to just, I wish I had $1 million. So just play around like you have $1 million. Just go to do some window shopping, go online and check out some things that you would buy. You know what I like to do? One of the things that I like to do is I like to go to like really fancy department stores and things like that on the website, and I'll create wish lists. I'll be like, oh yeah, I want this, I want that, I want that. I'll do on a shopping spree. I won't buy it, but I put it in my wish list, so it feels like I'm just collecting things that I'll buy later. You know, these are the kind of things that you want to do. You to play pretend. Um, Maybe go for a test drive in a car that you want to buy, or whatever the case is. It's just for you to live in that moment, because it's going to open doors for you. So it might not guarantee that you'll get $1 million the next day, but what's going to happen is it's going to get you closer to that dream. You don't know what it's going to look like. If you guys have not read The Secret, then I highly suggest you do, because a lot of this is discussed in that book. Because it's like, God, for me, for example, I never thought I would be here in this moment. I never thought I would. Um, I wished that I would have had a successful business before. I was like, man, I wish, I wish, I wish. When I first started this particular business, what I started doing for myself is I started pretending that people were interviewing me. I started pretending that I was responding to clients emailing me. I would email myself pretending to be a client. And then I would email myself back. I have a few email addresses, so I would talk back and forth with myself. And I know that sounds kind of like what, but it helps. And all of a sudden, then people would start emailing me, and that they wanted to work with me, and they had questions and things. And I'm just like, man. So yeah, sometimes things happen and you're just like, oh my God, like it really happened. It's going to happen for you. Trust me when I tell you. It might not happen in the way that you particularly envision it. And that's where you need to let go of that control of trying to have every single detail planned. The important thing is just the feelings. It's the feeling of wealth. It's the feeling of being validated, of being loved, of being appreciated, of being comfortable. So those are the things that you want. You just want to get those feelings. And all of a sudden you're going to start noticing some huge shifts in your life. So those are some tips to help you to create magic, to again, open yourself up to love, to leading with love. Okay. So let me just go through again. So, whenever you're looking to make a decision, that's the first step. Whenever you feel like you have a decision to make and you're outweighing the pros and cons, you're asking people their opinions, you're trying to make the most logical decision you can, right? Maybe you're still confused and you're still indecisive and you've asked a million people and you still don't know what to do. So, what's the next step? Check in with your body. What is your body telling you? Do you feel forced? Do you feel like you have to take the job that you don't want because you have to pay bills, because you have a child to feed? Do you feel desperate? Do you feel like doubt? Do you feel angry? What is it that you're feeling? Write it down. And I know when things seem so logical, you want to go for it. But if you're not feeling good about it, I mean, do you really think that it's going to turn out good? I want you to really think about that. If you're making a decision and you're not feeling good about it, I mean, what do you think the outcome is going to be? And I want you to go back to those decisions that you've taken in the past, that you've taken out of fear, and how has it turned out for you? I know, my God, I talk about that on my website all the time, on my blog, but all of the times I failed. And it's because a lot of decisions I made with a fear-based mentality, fear in my heart and in my body, and never turned out right for me. But you know what? Those are not bad decisions, because they all led me here to this point. Maybe a little longer than I would have liked because there were too many detours, but I'm here. Okay. So I'm just trying to get you guys to get to where you want to go in a much faster way. Okay. So aim, as crazy as it might seem, aim to make more decisions based on how you feel and when you're feeling light and opening up to love. Okay. Now, I've taken many decisions out of love, but they don't make sense in the mind. They seem like that's crazy. Like things that I'm doing now, things that I have done, like moved to San Diego with like no job, no family out here, two bags, like $2,000 in the bank, quit my job, stable, steady income, followed my dream. So it's just like, it does not seem right in the mind. You're just like, damn. But but it feels right to me in my body. And that's why when I make the decision, then to avoid getting in that fear, because then, okay, so with me, for example, I quit my job, steady income. So I decided to follow my heart, follow my body, feelings. I'm going to go for my business. Fine. So how do you continue on that path of love? And that's what I'm telling you guys. You're going to get the fear, like, oh, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, I don't have health insurance. Oh my God, like I got this bill to pay and that bill to pay. And what's going to happen if I get sick? And what's going to happen if this and that and that? And so the fear starts coming in and it's going to come at you hard. So you want to combat the fear. You want to remember, you want to win the tug of war and open up yourself to love. And so I give you the tips to help you do that. So again, um, when get out of your head, go for a walk, take a nap, take time to stop it. Stop the thoughts, stop the hamster wheel, ask for help, ask a higher power for help. Um, Gratitude, be specific about what you're grateful for. Service to others. If you can't do things for yourself, if you feel stuck and you're not able to move forward, you're not able to do things, then again, stop what you're doing and help somebody else. Help somebody else with their problems. Open yourself up to love. And I want you to create magic for yourself. Create the magic, create the tools and the resources, the spaces, the people that are going to help you and take you to the next level. Okay. Play pretend. I want you to smile. I want you to make wishes. Okay. I want you, when you're walking outside, wish on a star. Whatever the case is, create that magic and play for yourself. All right. So these are the things that are going to help you lead with love to be able to take you where you want to go much faster. Okay. And I want you to just kick fear in the butt. All right. And remember, it's not about getting rid of fear. It's about just overcoming it, at least for that one moment. Okay, guys. So I hope this video was helpful for you. I know it was helpful for me, because I haven't spoken to you guys in a while, and I was just thinking, like, I was actually here. I was watching Netflix and I was eating and stuff, and I was like I feel like I want to do something, but I don't know what I want to do. And then I'm like, man, I haven't spoken to my people in a while. So that's where this video came up. And then I'm like, what am I going to talk about? So I decided to speak about the things that I'm going through now with a lot of the changes that are happening to me and just kind of bringing it back. So I'm really thankful when I see people's posts, and it's kind of like signs, just kind of reminding me to get back to that place that really took me to this level. So anyway, guys, I am super happy that you're here, super happy that you're watching. Please, I would love for you to share this video with your friends, with your loved ones, with anyone you feel like is going through it, going through that dark pit of despair, anyone that you want to enlighten. I would love it if you can share this video. I'd love it if you can join over in my Facebook page and join the conversation. You can tell me some of the things that you've been experiencing and if any of these tips were helpful to you. And of course, if you love my videos and love my channel and love what I have to say, then I invite you to subscribe to the channel, and also check me out on my website, catherineheraldo.com, so you can view my blog and all of the other tips I have for you. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, and I am sending so much love to you. And again, let's kick fear's butt and be awesome. Okay. So I love you guys, and thank you for watching. Bye.